And today I sent an email to AJ Preller in my one man's opinion column telling him what he should do with the Padres at the trading deadline. Go read my column on my website today. John, ready, set, go. Talk baseball.
I mean, talk about AJ Preller. Did he call you back? I mean, does he have some ideas that he needs to run it by you, Hacksaw?
Probably went to voicemail. He's probably on a cell phone talking to other general managers. Padres, great question. Buyer or seller? John, they come off a sweep over a devastated Texas Ranger ball club. I think the big issue, had the Padres lost all three, had they lost 2 of 3, my gut feel is the Padres would have waved the white flag. They would have become sellers. Don't be a seller. Be a buyer if you can wedge it within to your payroll. The Padres got to keep the Fab Four together. They're all hitting pretty decently, not to the averages they have had in their past in their career, but they're hitting decently. The team has won 8 of its last 12. They're within a Texas League fly ball of being into the wild card race. They're 5 games out of the last wild card spot, 8 games back out of first place because the Dodgers have hit a bump in the road. Keep the Fab Four together. Soto is hitting 286 since May, John. Snell, who could have ever thought we would use the word Cy Young Award with Blake Snell in the same sentence after what we've seen for 3 years in San Diego? Blake Snell in his last 13 starts, John, 0.72 ERA. He's got 108 strikeouts in his last 74 innings. And in June and July, hitters are batting just 166 against Blake Snell. Josh Hader, 25 saves. You need a closer if you're going to be in postseason. Now, the wild card and all the considerations that AJ Preller has to make is just not the player's talent if he were to move a name guy, and not just what they would get in return, but Scott Boras, the agent. Boras represents Soto. Boras represents Blake Snell. There's a price tag that's attached to that name, Scott Boras, which I think chases some owners and general managers away. I don't know that this fits into the conversation right now, but because the Padres are playing better and they're now within a Texas League fly ball of being back in the wild card race, though the schedule is tough, I think if they could buy a rental first baseman, or if they could rent a back of the end rotation guy, maybe to do it. I don't think they've got an awful lot of space with the luxury tax to do anything real significant. At Colorado to start this brief road trip against the devastated Rockies, who've traded all their players away and the rest of their players are hurt. Then they get the enemy. The baseball season will be decided this coming weekend, John. 4-game series with the Dodgers, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Padres' playoff hopes will be decided by Sunday night at Petco Park. Then they got to go to Seattle. Then they get Baltimore. And now they're going to face a rejuvenated Arizona Diamondbacks team. So the schedule is pretty doggone rugged. But I'm a buyer with whatever change he got left in his pocket, money left in his checking account. Had they lost to Texas, they probably would have been a seller. Agree or disagree? Yell at me. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I mean, I thought they were going to struggle against Texas, and then for sure they'd be a seller. But now you look at it, 2 games below 500. They're right on the cusp of being relevant again. And the Fab Four, all their numbers are increasing, but they need a DH. I mean, if it's a first baseman DH combo, it'd be great. But man, Blake Snell, I mean, he was the NL pitcher of the month in June, maybe July too.
Blake Snell's doing what he did that one magical season in Tampa, when I think he went 21-5 and won the Cy Young Award. The guy, of course, had elbow surgery a year after that. It took a while to get back. Still erratic. He's a real bulldog on the mound. He throws a lot of pitches in his 5-inning starts. He's always walking guys, got guys on base, but his stuff is electric enough. So, I mean, this is the guy that we saw that one mystical year in Tampa. And now maybe Padres rethink, even though Scott Boras is the agent, let's do this extension to keep Blake Snell here if Blake Snell can continue to stay healthy. So, tell you, the emotional mood swings covering the Padres and talking about the Padres.
It's a roller coaster.
It really is. So, Padres, I think, can be a buyer. They're definitely not a seller. Next